The Mind, 2:48, 30th of April 2021. It's been a while since I've recorded. Something like this. After witnessing again of the power of the mind to fool ourselves. And I thought of you in our journey. Mind. I thought of you on the other side. I may call it, I don't know, meditation. We may call things by whatever we wish to. You may close your eyes, or you April them in the end of April Fool's month. There is a constant journey, frames, sensations, experiences, to frame things. This is an ongoing journey, breath by breath. There are many techniques, there are many methods. There is no technique, there is no method. And you came in my mind. And we are aware of this thing or the other. And we translate this thing or the other. And I am as well one of these translators. And you are as well. Indeed, there was a clear thought in the Hebrew or the English language. Mind could call it, could name it. And there are many, 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 many. And we carry that organ. It speaks inside our head, it creates visuals that eventually puts it out through the mouth. so we may understand or acknowledge or come to recognize or know what is going on inside. And there is this journey, breath by breath, sound after sound. However you would like to frame it, however you are framed. And in a way, it does not even matter. It is not even matter. And it's your journey, your breath, your understanding, your knowing, your recognition. Or whatever is happening. Whatever is happening. And I heard that in Vipassana, Nietzsche. And I've sat for practiced meditation. And I have come up, or it has come up with me, of I don't know meditation. During the day in our interactions, and I've been speaking about the story of the mind, and still, many times no still. And I have been storing my, not yes, it's 30th of April, month of May, Chodesh Mai, and you understand what you understand. And there seem to be practices or techniques or just mere experiences to move through life, to see the movement, to be aware, to slow down, to speed up. I've been advised many times to shut up. I've been given this advice and I've given it. And I've returned again and again. Mind. to speak of King Solomon, and it comes the time to speak, and the time to be silent. And I've been advised in many ways on how to make decisions in life, how to watch decisions being made, how to watch. My people who observed this or the other. Goenka through its messengers recommended me to sit, preferably in this posture or the other in 10 days, 10 hours a day and 2 hours at home, preferably eyes closed, preferably regularly. And I've been advised to go and earn money and make a living. And I've been advised to watch the living happening by different people and their messengers. Some were alive, some are not. And I've been advising people too. And I've been advised through human design and watching the construct of awakening. I've been advising it and devising. And I've been advising I don't know meditation to many people whom I met, and the pressure was intolerable of the mental anxiety. To simply not answer the question. To simply not go on this quest. And things happen anyway. And I still asked questions, and I still answered, and I still expressed. And I thought of you, mind. I've been talking of the story of mind. And yes, in this moment I think of you. I went through this journey with dropping many names, including mine, and mentioning Goenka, or Rauru, or Byron Katie, or Osho, or even my own fluctuating name, I do not know. And I am bothered many times, but I am not bothered. And I've been taught this yoga or that yoga, or this way to make money, or that way. or this way to listen to the thoughts, or that way, and this way to move and that way, or this way to eat or that way. And we are humans, so we do that, this way or that way. And I've been speaking about now don't move the movement and you'll get to live yoga. And still, it seems like there's an inclination or a will to move the movement. I watch it within this own construct, now the floating head in this funny machine. Recording my own journey, my own story. I've heard the word self and consciousness, and I've experienced being sad or happy or tired, enough with all of that. Being afraid as I can be, and being not afraid as not afraid as I can be. And I thought this or the other, and you too. I've written about it, and I've been teaching, meaning it seemed that there were words I presented and they were tried out by you. It seemed we understood each other to this level or the other. It seemed. And then you seemed to be okay with your life. And then again, you seemed not to be okay. And I recognized it. And I recognized that I seemed to be okay. And then I seemed not to be okay. And there were expectations. There were interpretations of whatever is going on. And it seemed not to suffice to follow Vipassana that way, or follow yoga that way, or follow IT that way, or follow it. Or even followed what came through me as I could witness it. I don't know, meditation. Oh, there are many more interesting sounds to produce. So let's try them out. And I am a sharing machine. You are as well. And I am a supporting machine. You are as well. And on top of the Hebrew language and the English, or as I've been speaking for a while, the acoustic language that I speak in now in the, you realize you call it English, the grammar of it. But there's a layer underneath, and there's a layer underneath, and maybe there's another. And I'm watching this screen, the small video on the side and a map. Human design, and I watch the red shapes. Actually, it was the green light of the computer. I can call it computer. I recognize it, and I watched myself thinking about putting the hat, to record with the hat, so you may see. And I've been taught by Vipassana before that through That's too a niche, and things change, and whatever you think, whatever you feel, whatever you experience. And I've heard it before. In Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. And I was taught first this or that, or I learned first this or that. Then I meet you, this or that. And I experience the curiosity of the first thought in a way that I connected to triggering this video, talking about the spirit and human design, telling me a story, or a construct, or a detail, or a knowing, about a change happening. And I believed that, and I still do. It's a nice story. I move it on in space, and my own story as well. And you understand exactly what I say. You experience exactly what you experience. You understand exactly what you understand. You know exactly what you know. And this is just one of many, many recorded messages I've made in the past. Because, or as I was taught by a friend in high school, funny enough, she has a birthday today. 30th of April 1984. Big elephants cannot always use small exits. Because big elephants cannot always use small exits. So the different blind people gather around the elephant and measure its trunk and its leg and its tail and its skin. While the big elephants cannot always use the small exits. And you look to apply that in your life. The understanding, the knowing, the recognition. Maybe in a couple of hours I will go again to the river. And I seem to be disturbed many times, and you do. And I interpret that you are disturbed. So it reaches to me and I interpret I am disturbed. And then I am quiet and you are quiet. And I keep moving in space. Watching the story goes in my head and the building being built with its different stories. I can mention your specific name, but I found that it's nicer many times like this. You. Many times you wish to identify with that you, and I wish to identify with that I, and I watched, and still do. When I say how it moves in my body. And when I tell you you, how it moves in my body and meets that other body. You're sitting in the chair behind the computer. Or maybe you're standing and making a salad of all of this. Maybe you have expectations of how it will taste. I certainly do. And then I certainly don't. And I watch whatever I watch. And I experience whatever I experience. And I watch if the sound's telling me they're not pleased with it or pleased. And I talk about klista, aklista, and conscious, unconscious, and body and mind, and words and grammar I've been taught to speak this way or the other, and you as well. And many times you wish for a specific guidance to solve your momentary problem that you framed as a problem in that specific moment. And maybe it will be treated, or maybe it won't. You won't. And anyway, it will be dealt by time, by God time, by Yama, or by the rabbit in Alice in Wonderland. This is another night journey for myself. And again I heard inside this box. It seems to come from inside of me. It seems to come from inside of you. Oh, again she fooled us. Then who is she? Oh no, we are in I don't know meditation. And now and we are caught. I, what, and these sounds. And as I've been talking, it's the music box. You like the frequency or you don't. I like the frequency or I don't. I accept it or I don't. Any construct we applied in all the languages, some say it's on top of Om, sometimes I speak that, some say it's on top of bread with butter and cheese. Some take it seriously, some don't. Sometimes I, and sometimes you. But what's your message, actually? I don't know. Or as I say recently, bzz, I am myself that through all beliefs surrendering to judgment. And I look at the map of the one born 19th February 1984, 1858 in Israel, and I watch that and this. And they believe in the stomach guiding me and giving you the message of believing you guided by your spleen or this word or the other. That's a funny thing, us humans. And it's also not a funny thing, us humans. It's a funny thing, us humans, and it's a funny thing, us not humans. And I watch the light when you write to me, how the letters, what they do, and when you talk to me, and I watch what is happening when it's hot or cold. Many times it's not enough. On the outer surface, just to watch, just to be this watch. It is what it is. This is what comes out at now 3:19, 30th of April 2021, and it moves through me in different sounds, wanting to speak about Jupiter and how I was taught to believe it is Jupiter, this sign, and that in this time it moved through 30th gate in the 4th line. Burnout, the story of the mind comes, and God Janus, and the sun moving, and then I look out of the window and it's dark and there's something to say about that, and I come out. And you too. You are a living creature. And now you come in my mind. I believe in you. That you can handle these fluctuations. And I'm there because I'm there. And big elephants cannot always use small exits, and you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. And you'll see exactly the picture you see. There's no other way. And you'll experience exactly what you experience, no more, no less. And you'll tag it the way you tag it, no more, no less. And I've been talking about the sympathetic systems and the parasympathetic system, the physical, the mental, and the emotional, and the spiritual. A game of words. We are funny creatures as humans. We're also very serious. And we are as we are. There were times maybe I've taught Kurt Cobain, Come As You Are, or Nancy Stark Smith in the contact improvisation classes. And now maybe coming a way to watch the program. This way or the other. And you bring me your story, and I bring you mine, and you bring me your understanding, and I bring you mine, and you bring me your knowing, and I bring you mine. You bring me a cup of coffee, and I bring you mine. I bring you mine, then you bring me a cup of tea, and another movement. Sometimes you may ask, when will it stop? Sometimes you ask, when will it continue? Sometimes you have an answer to that. Sometimes you quiet with it, or you count, or you handle the cold of I want to reveal that I'm talking about you. I will leave that to you, mind. When there is poetry, I can poet. And this is the poetry coming out at this time. In front of the green light of the computer and the lamp on the side. Sometimes I hear myself wishing to give you a more clear thing that will handle the way you feel. But that will be resolved and another thing will come. I watch it. And we create, or it creates us through different sounds, and let's make it different on the market, so these sounds are not produced through me in that time, and through you, and these lights, and whatever it is. And we are funny as humans. Somewhere out there, there's a recording of, I talked about humans, a funny game. I'm just a repeater of words in language I have not created. And it seems that many times when you're disturbed, I write you a message. Sometimes I write to you when I'm disturbed. We go through it together, sometimes apart. That's it. That's it. That's it. But there is still breath. There is still this and that, and hungry and tired and satiated and excited and again. And you may hate it or you may love it. You may accept it or reject it. Or as I did under the table. And maybe the next meditation will be maybe without a hat. Maybe you'll see, like in the news, the comedy sketches, that I only wear a shirt. But half part is they have underwear, I'm just naked. And I put a shirt, so yeah. But I won't show the half naked too. Not this time. Just the naked stuff. And that's the story for this time. The best version there is. Always. Always.